Hi, this is Dave Pultorak. I'm here to talk to you today about what to look for in ITIL training, giving you a top 10 list of what to look for. The first thing is it should better prep you to pass the exam than just the source materials themselves. It seems like that's something that goes without saying, but you know, quite often you'll see with courses that they've got a lot of ancillary materials that don't really add to that better prep. So it's important that it actually helps you quickly get to the concepts that must be known and not have a lot of fluff. Secondly, it should help you apply the concepts better on the job. There should be some transition to say, okay, I've learned these concepts, so now what? How do I get started? Course materials should be easy to navigate and track and cross-reference. So you should be able to traverse the source materials and track back to the syllabus and then to the actual course materials, and at any time know what you're learning, why, how it tracks back to an item that's required on the syllabus, so that you're comfortable that you're covering everything off. In the course of taking the course, you want to have strong ITIL expert mentoring. So as you're traversing the materials, just where you need help, clarification, just at those points, you have experts to help you move efficiently through the materials. The materials themselves should be authoritative and engaging. What does that mean? Well, authoritative means it's written by experts. So Pultorak Associates, for example, has written their materials. The people who wrote them are contributors to ITIL, practitioners. So the materials are authoritative. You're going to get right from the source. And it's important also that the materials are engaging. What does that mean? That they're compelling, that they're memorable. It's one thing to cover a lot of material, and there's a lot of materials in these courses, but how do we make it so that you actually remember it when you go to take the exam? How do you make sure that you remember it when you go to apply it on the job? That's engaging. The courses have to be accredited for most of for you to take the exam for most of the examinations, and but they should be. That's your sign of quality. The course is accredited, and if it's a live instructor, whether it's virtual or a traditional classroom, it's important that that instructor be accredited as well. The course materials in different modalities like CBT, e-learning, VIL, they have to be technically compatible with your device. Similarly, e-learning, if you have a learning management system that you're going to load it up on, it also needs to be compatible with that, whether it's a SCORM compatibility or another format. And the materials need to be performant. It's annoying if you're trying to get through the course and for whatever reason it's slow. It doesn't perform. That's why we recommend for people with low or not consistent, low speed or not consistent internet connections to use our CBTs. You download them once, you use them offline, you can use them at your leisure, and you don't have to worry about your squirrely internet connection. If you have low vision or other sorts of accessibility issues, there should be some provisions for accessibility, and also multilingual capabilities are good. But just look at these and look at this whole top 10 list. The thing you need to understand is all of these are ideal. All of these add cost and complexity to ITIL training. So we've made a decision here at Pultorak Associates to not include multilingual capability. We use U.S. English only. And while that may seem like a limitation, that's the reason why, if you compare our CBTs, our e-learning, to our competitors' traditional classroom training, it can be 1/5 or 1/6 of the cost of that training. So it's very important to understand, what the training that you acquire does and at what price point. That's the decision we've made, and that's our positioning. Number 8 here is full line of offering. It's important that if you start with foundations or even awareness, we have a 2011 bridge course, but if you start with a particular vendor, that you can continue all the way through the line. So we have all the intermediate courses. It's important that you understand, is there a full line of offerings? And besides a full line, is there a flexible set of options for how you deliver, distribute, receive, consume the course, right? So we have CBTs, we have online e-learning on our online LMS, or you can load it in your LMS if you purchase it that way. We have virtual instructor-led training. We have traditional classroom training delivery, and we have ITIL expert mentoring. So having all those different modalities, the other thing is we'll sell you our courseware and an instructor kit for you to deliver yourself if that's works for you and your organization and you have qualified trainers. So those options to get it delivered the way you want it, where you want it, when you want it, I think that's important as well. So we're down to the last two here. Very important to have a vendor who's got references, can show that they've worked with some good people, that they have good CSAT. That means they get good customer satisfaction on their courses, on their trainers. And then ultimately, and this is what we think is the final arbiter here, is do you get good pass rates? So we enjoy better than average pass rates. Our training is used in over 57 countries. So we're comfortable that in the end, we've got a value price point, a low, very cost effective, in that the price is low compared to alternatives, and with good pass rates. Why would you do anything else? And that's the last thing here, is the great price. As I mentioned earlier, our CBTs, our e-learning, our courses, they can be a fifth or a sixth the cost of other accredited quality courseware. Nothing against that other courseware. I'm sure it's fantastic, but why pay more, right? So we're getting the good pass rates. We've got the full line of offerings. It's at a great price. We've got a variety of modalities, they call them, from a training perspective. CBTs, e-learning, traditional courseware, virtual instructor-led, expert mentoring, and we've got a variety of ways that we can deliver that a la carte to you. So, and we feature volume pricing. So, check us out for those things. If you're not checking us out, make sure you check your vendor out against this list to make sure they stack up the way you want them to. And that's it. You can call us at 206-729-1107 to speak to an associate. Well, you can visit the shop, shop.pultorak.com, to place an order. If you call an associate, you can get a discount coupon code if you reference this YouTube video. The reference is YouTube 2011 Top 10. Thanks.